The Best Joke Never Told by Jest. Pinkie Pie stood amidst her friends, with a grin on her face and a can of pop in her hoop. Before her, the other 5 ponies and 1 dragon that made up the closest circle of friends were laughing their heads off, howling in laughter. They grasped at their chair legs, held onto the table, or had given up and lay sprawled out on the ground. Spike rolled back and forth next to a bookshelf, occasionally pounding a hand against the ground. Rainbow Dash sat next to him, laughing hysterically, only to pause and wheeze as she struggled to fill her air with lungs. Applejack had tried to take a sip of water, but erupted in a fit of giggles, spraying the table before falling off her chair and rolling on the floor. Fluttershy held a book over her face, hiding the fact that she was laughing hard enough for her eyes to water and tears to start rolling down her face. Rarity tried to fight the urge, holding back only to erupt with laughter, all concern for wrinkles or ruining her makeup forgotten. Twilight looked a mix of confused and in the middle of a giggle fit powerful enough to make her horn occasionally spark with energy. "Pretty good, right?" Pinkie Pie remarked with a smirk, pausing to sip her drink. "Good? Sugar Cube, that was the funniest joke I've heard in my whole gosh darn life," Applejack proclaimed. "And then the stuff with the... How did you come up with that, Pinkie?" Spike muttered. "Just came to me the other day," Pinkie Pie replied with a shrug. "You need to go on tour or something, Pinkie Pie," Rainbow Dash declared, flying up to her friend and punching her in the shoulder. "Everyone should hear that joke." "I must say, darling, for once Rainbow Dash is right," Rarity added, dabbing at the corner of her eyes with a handkerchief. "You simply can't contain this amazing talent to just Ponyville. The whole of the world deserves to know your genius." "Well, I don't know about genius," Pinkie Pie murmured, scratching the back of her head. "Pinkie, that joke was so good you literally became an alicorn. I think it's fair to say that you are a comedy genius." Twilight shot back, gesturing to the horn sitting on Pinkie's brow and the wings resting on her back. "I guess it was pretty good," Pinkie Pie muttered, a small blush creeping across her face. "Good? That was the best gosh darn thing I've ever heard," Applejack howled. "And unlike some of them so-called comedians, it wasn't some thinly veiled insult. Or a pop culture reference masquerading as a joke," Rainbow Dash added. "Exactly," Applejack agreed, clopping a hoof against the table. "I hate it when people do that." "It is unfortunate just how much of comedy is just some stallion being mean to people while standing on a stage," Fluttershy added. "And it isn't even insult comedy either," Spike added, throwing up his hands. "Yes, like that guy we saw in Las Pegasus," Rarity stated. "He was almost as good as that caricature artist," Twilight pointed out. "That mare was a riot. I loved how she gave Fluttershy those giant doe eyes. Perfect," Rainbow Dash remarked. He was a really good drawer," Fluttershy murmured. "I think we are getting a bit off topic, girls," Twilight interrupted. "Right, we were busy talking about how awesome Pinkie Pie is," Rainbow Dash added. "It was rather inspired, darling," Rarity stated. "Thanks, girls," Pinkie Pie bubbled. "I'm glad you liked it." "Liked it? We loved it," Rainbow Dash added. "Even Harmony loved the joke," Twilight interjected. "I think it's fair to say that you are the funniest creature to ever live," Applejack exclaimed. "That's very kind of you to say, but..." Pinkie Pie began, only to be interrupted by a sudden puff of purple smoke in the centre of the room. "Who dares attempt to take the crown of comedy from me, Discord?" Discord proclaimed, casting aside the wall of violet smoke like it were a curtain, revealing that he wore upon his brow a golden crown bearing a large letter C. I'd save your breath if I were you, Discord, Spike began, the dragon standing up and brushing off his shoulders. Pinkie Pie already took the crown. You just don't know it yet. Yes, darling, I'm afraid you have been bested in this respect, Rarity added. What? How can you be so sure? Pinkie Pie is just a mortal... pony? Discord muttered, his jaw hitting the ground the moment he laid eyes on the now immortalised party pony. A pony, yes, but she sure ain't no mere mortal no more, Applejack pointed out. But how? When did this happen? Discord demanded. About an hour ago, Rainbow Dash replied. She told the funniest joke ever and then boom, Alicorn. We've been laughing our butts off ever since. That's not how this works. Twilight, tell these pea-brained fools that's not how alicornation works. Discord pressed, picking up Twilight and shaking her. Use that big brain of yours for something other than annoyingly correcting my grammar. Alicornization isn't actually a word. The correct term would be immortalization, as harmony can gift great power to creatures of other races. It just doesn't happen as often, Twilight pointed out. Exactly. Now tell Pinkie Pie to stop fooling around and take those wings off, Discord ordered. Look, Discord, I'm as surprised as you are, but immortalization can happen for a multitude of reasons, Twilight replied, extracting herself from Discord's grasp and brushing her shoulders. The only real requirement is that Harmony deems the individual worthy. And trust us, she was sure as shoot worthy of them there wings, Applejack added. Aw, thanks Applejack, I really appreciate that, Pinkie Pie muttered. Don't you worry about it, Nunsugar Cube, I'm just telling the truth, Applejack replied. Save your nauseating pleasantries for when I'm not around, Discord complained, green tongue rolling out of his mouth and hitting the floor. That wasn't very nice. You shouldn't demean the accomplishments of our friends, Fluttershy remarked. Yeah, what's gotten into you, big guy? Rainbow Dash mocked, shooting the Draconicus a smirk. Feeling emasculated? Poof! No, of course not. I'd never, Discord proclaimed, his nose growing with each statement. I'm just annoyed that some upstart punk is muscling in on my turf. Hey, I'm not a punk. I describe my aesthetic more as candycore, Pinkie Pie offered. Respectfully, darling, I don't think there is any word or combination of words that wholly encaptures your unique style, Rarity added. I'm talking about comedy, you surprisingly well-versed dolts, Discord proclaimed, throwing up his hands and catching them. I'm talking about how Pinkie Pie is stealing part of my portfolio. Okay, first off, Twilight began, gods having portfolios is from your Ogres and Obulettes game. Secondly, neither of you are gods. She is the Princess of Laughter, and thirdly, you're the Lord of Chaos. I fail to see how that significantly dismisses my point, Discord shot back. Chaos, laughter, they are two different things. Duh, Rainbow Dash retorted. They are intertwined, Discord proclaimed, tying himself into a knot, like the element of magic and being a buzzkill, or loyalty and going real fast. I agree with you on that last thing at least, Rainbow Dash muttered. That's not... Twilight sighed and massaged her temples. That's not how this works. Plus, we don't have that kind of immortality. We are not the personification of some primordial force. We are linked with it. Like how I am linked to the more abstract concept of friendship, and Pinkie Pie is... the alicorn of stealing people's stick, Discord interrupted, blowing a bitter raspberry at the pink alicorn. Pinkie Pie slurped and splattered red fruit from her face and swallowed it in a gulp. Oh, yummy, she muttered. Stop engaging with my antics. I'm trying to throw a tantrum here and you are not helping matters, Discord shouted. At least he's honest, Applejack remarked. Look, if this joke really is that funny, then wouldn't anyone who told it turn into an alicorn? Discord suddenly offered, gesturing about the room. You, with the head of eggs, Discord pointed to Twilight. Aren't you the least bit interested in seeing if it can be replicated? I admit I am curious, Twilight murmured. I wouldn't want to step on Pinkie's hooves, though. That's okay, Pinkie Pie offered, patting Twilight on the head. If you turn out to have a talent for comedy, I wouldn't mind sharing the stage. That just means there is more joy in the world after all.
Oh, you would say something like that, Discord muttered bitterly. Goody Four-Shoes having razor-fragging...
Anyway, Rarity loudly exclaimed, I say we go along with Discord's little tantrum. If for no other reason, then at least he will have nothing to complain about.
Ha! Shows how much you know.
Discord exploded, the Draconicus quickly reassembling himself.
I have infinite complaints. Your hair is too bright. Rainbow Dash shouts when she talks. You are...
Discord tapped his chin.
Your curtains are ugly, Discord replied.
I bought those curtains for Twilight's birthday, Fluttershy retorted.
Ah, they're fine, just tell the darn joke already, Discord exclaimed.
I'll give it a shot, Applejack offered, cracking her neck. Alright, so knock knock.
Wait. The joke that earned the pink one alicorn hood was a knock knock joke? Discord exclaimed in disgust. Now I know you are all pulling my leg.
Nope, that's just me. Sorry, you're just so stretchy, Pinkie Pie replied.
No, it really was a knock knock joke, Spike answered. Okay, fine, whatever, Discord dismissed. Just get on with the joke already.
Yeah, supposed to ask who's there? Applejack retorted.
Discord rolled his eyes and came up with the 2 ones. Fine, who is there? He deadpanned.
I, Applejack began, only to frown. I'm not sure I can tell it right. Can't really do it justice, to be honest.
What do you mean do it justice? It's a flippin' knock knock joke, Discord proclaimed.
It's a really good knock knock joke, Applejack shot back.
Fine, whatever. You, prissy one, go, Discord ordered.
Okay,
Rarity agreed, clearing her throat. Knock knock.
Who's there? Discord tiredly answered.
Rarity paused. I can't really seem to do it justice either. When Pinkie Pie tells it, she puts such emphasis on the little things that I simply can't replicate.
I know, right? Applejack exclaimed. I feel almost bad trying to copy it, like painting over a Mona Lisa.
Ah, I am surrounded by idiots, Discord muttered to himself, running a hand down his face and across the finish line.
That was very mean, Discord. Furthermore, I don't know what you have against knock-knock jokes, Fluttershy pointed out.
It's just... knock-knock jokes are the lowest form of comedy, Discord exclaimed.
That's not the lowest form of comedy. This is the lowest form of comedy, Rainbow Dash interrupted, farting on Discord.
Oh, I think I'm going to throw up,
Discord muttered, producing a fan from a pocket dimension and turning it on Rainbow Dash, sending the giggling Pegasus tumbling across the room.
Sure, knock-knock jokes aren't the most sophisticated form of humour, but you haven't heard Pinkie Pie's, Rarity offered. I don't need to hear it to know it's trash, Discord dismissed. Seriously, when was the last time a knock-knock joke earned more than a polite chuckle?
Just over an hour ago, Twilight answered.
Discord spat. Honestly, it's like you don't know the first thing about humour.
Hey, I do too, Pinkie Pie spouted, placing her forehooves on her hips. All good comedy is just storytelling with a bit of social commentary and a dash of disrupted expectations.
Wrong, Discord shouted, only to recoil. Wait, that's actually correct, but not what I meant. What I meant was that jokes require them to involve someone present to be truly funny.
Or it could be a joke on the reader or viewer, Pinkie Pie shot back. That's a kind of humour as well.
That's lower than fart jokes, Discord remarked. Fourth wall breaks and meta humour are so lazy at this point, they've been done to death.
Look, I think I speak for everyone here when I say there is an obvious solution to this entire debacle that will solve everything, Twilight offered.
Oh, and what is that? Are you going to close the gas leak making you all insane? Discord shot back.
I was going to suggest that Pinkie Pie simply tell her joke, Twilight retorted, glaring daggers at the Draconicus. Unless you feel like crying and carrying on some more.
I do, but I will resist the urge for the moment, Discord admitted, Pinkie, you may dispense with your knock-knock joke.
With pleasure.
Pinkie Pie proclaimed, hopping into the centre of the room.
All right, Discord. Knock, knock.
Who's there? Discord asked.
Pinkie Pie took a deep breath, opened her mouth and...
Cracked a can of soda, told a tale divine. Now they're rolling on the floor like laughter's a crime. Rarity's mascara's gone, Dash forgot to breathe. Applejack's off her rocker, kicking under the seat. Even Twilight's magic spark, she couldn't hold it in. They said it was the greatest joke since jokes had ever been. And poof, I got a horn, these wings surprise. Now I'm an alicorn, was that the punchline? Knock, knock, who's there? It's Pinkie with flair. A crown made of cupcakes and jokes in the air. No script, no spell, no prophecy found. Just one good laugh and boom, got crowned. I didn't ask for royalty, just a laugh to unfold. But now I've got wings and a halo made of gold. Discord dropped him with his ego and smoke. Said, you're not the queen of comedy, that's my joke. He wiggled, he groaned, he turned into a pretzel. Claim my new domain made him existential. But every pony backed me, said, Pinkie, you're the best. Twilight brought a thesis just to lay his doubts to rest. Still he tried to steal the mic to prove me wrong. But the punchline landed and I own the song. Tell the joke, it's a knock knock duh. Can't be that, that's the magic of ha-ha. Then tell it now. Okay, I'm set. But you'll never hear it, that's the joke you won't forget. Knock, knock, who's there? Laughter in flight. A princess of puns in the star-speckled night. You wanna hear the joke? You already know it's the one so funny I stole the show. Forget fate or prophecy, chaos or crown. This punchline's enough to bring the house down. I told the best joke, and I'll never tell. Mystery Pony Fiction channel. Mystery. Also available as a podcast on Spotify. Pony. And Izzy Moonbow is best pony, by the way. Fiction. Bro, hoof, comment, subscribe.